Hello dear students. Let us start the second episode of chapter electricity. In this video, I have included a detailed explanation about electric potential and potential difference. Here I have mainly focused on electron movement and its behavior. Let us start this session with an inspirational quote. The quote says, "When you focus on problems, you will have more problems. When you focus on possibilities, you will have more opportunities." What do you understand from this quote? It says that we need to concentrate more on possibilities and opportunities than problems. So be a positive person always. Let's start the session. In my last video, I have already explained about electric current and circuit. If you have any doubt in that, just go through it by clicking the link below in my description box. Before starting the main session, let us go through a small recap by some quizzical questions. The first question is, what is the SI unit of electric current? What is the SI unit of electric current? Is it coulombs, joules, watts, amperes? What is the SI unit of electric current? The answer is amperes. The second question is, electric current is dash. Is it flow of neutrons, flow of water, flow of charges, or none of the above? Which one of these options are correct? The option is flow of charges. The third question, the instrument which is used to measure electric current is dash. Is it voltmeter, rheostat, ammeter, or voltameter? The answer is ammeter. The instrument which is used to measure electric current is ammeter. First, you need to know the fact that why does air flow from one place to another? Why does air flow from one place to another? Just think for a while. No? Let me explain you. Because of difference in temperature and pressure, increased temperature expands air and lower temperature will cools the air, thus creating places of different pressure. Air always move from higher pressure region to lower pressure region. This is how air flows from one place to another place. Now tell me, why does heat flow from one place to another place? Why does heat flow from one place to another place? You already know why air flow from one place to another place. This is due to temperature and pressure difference. So why does a heat flow from one place to another place? Oh, please don't get frustrated. I will explain you. The heat flow mainly takes place by three reasons. One is conduction, convection, and radiation. So in conduction means it's the transfer of heat energy between particles of objects in direct contact. When the particles of object are in direct contact, then the transfer of heat energy takes place from particles of object and by our hand. You can see the diagram of an object here and the hand. So if the both are in contact with each other, the heat flows. That is called as conduction. Next, coming to convection. It is the transfer of heat energy by the movement of fluids such as gas or liquid. Convection current are due to hot fluid rising and cold fluid sinking. You can see the second diagram. Just because of the gas or the air flow here, because of a gaseous particles, the heat is transferring, and this is called as convection. Next is radiation. It is the transfer of heat energy by electromagnetic waves. What is electromagnetic waves? These are the waves which doesn't need any material medium for its propagation and does not involve movement of matter. So radiation occurs due to this electromagnetic waves. So these are the three types of waves or three types of reasons why the heat flow takes place. Just like heat flow and air flow, electrons also move from one place to another place. Okay? We know that airflow is caused due to temperature and pressure difference, and heat transferring is taking place by conduction, convection and radiation. Then how these electrons are moving? We know that current is obtained only by the movement of charges. Then how exactly the electrons are moving? What is that factor which makes the electrons to move? This is because of a reason called potential difference. This is because of potential difference. This is what we are going to study in this session. How and why the charges are moving from one place to another inside a circuit. Before going to electric potential difference, we need to know what is electric potential. I will explain you by taking an example. Now consider this ball as a charge. So let us consider the ball as a charge, and a boy is standing with the charge in an infinity position. So you can see here a boy is standing with the charge in an infinity position. Now this boy has to bring this charge all the way from infinity to point A. Okay. Now this boy has to bring the charge all the way from infinity to point A. In order to bring this charge from infinity to point A, this boy has to do some work. We have to do some work to move from one place to another, right? We have to spend some energy. In order to do this work, the boy also has to spend some energy. We all know that energy is the capacity to do work. We know that, right? So bringing something from one place to another is a work. So that boy spends considerable amount of energy to bring this charge from infinity to point A. Now I will remind you about the law of conservation of energy and what does it signify. So what is law of conservation of energy? That is, energy can neither be created and nor be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another form. So if this boy is spending energy to bring the charge, then my question is where this energy is going. The boy is spending some energy to move a charge from infinity to point A. He is working for that. So where exactly this energy is going? So children, the energy is stored in that position where the charge stands. So the energy in the starting point, the energy will be in infinity position, and when the boy moves, so when the boy moves to point A, then the electric potential will be in that position. Okay. So the energy which the boy spends to move a charge will be stored in that position, and meanwhile the energy is used up and spent to bring the charge from the position where the boy is standing, that is in infinity, to point A. So the definition for electric potential is electric potential, which is also called as electric field potential, potential drop or electrostatic potential. It is the amount of work needed to move a unit of charge from reference point to specific point inside a field without producing an acceleration. Typically, the reference point is the earth or a point at infinity, although the point can be used. So, work done by moving a charge particle from infinity to another point is equal to electric potential. So this electric potential is denoted by capital letter V. Energy means work done. We already know that. So this work done is denoted by W. So for the formula for electric potential is V is equal to W by Q. The SI unit of electric potential is joules per coulomb. But we always use the SI unit as volt. Why? It has been named volt in order to honor Alessandro Volta. Then we need to know exactly who this great person is. Who is Alessandro Volta? Alessandro Volta was a physicist, chemist, and a pioneer of electrical science. He is most famous for his invention of electric battery. Invented the first electric battery, which people then called the Voltaic pile, in 1800. Using his invention, scientists were able to produce steady flow of electric current for the first time, unleashing a wave of new discoveries and technologies. In recognition of Alessandro Volta's contribution to science, the unit electric potential is called as the volt. So a big salute to him. Next, the formula derivation. The commonly encountered unit is joules per coulomb. The exact SI unit of electric potential is joules per coulomb, and it is also called as volt in order to honor Italian physicist Alessandro Volta. So 1 volt is equal to 1 joule per 1 coulomb. So volt means W by Q, that is work done by charge. The unit of work done, the SI unit of work done is joules, and the SI unit of charge is coulomb. So when we convert the work done and charge to its SI units, we can signify it as 1 joule per 1 coulomb. So 1 joule of work has to be done to move 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point. So this is the basic definition of 1 volt. So if they ask you in the board exam what is 1 volt, you have to write 1 joule of work is done to move a charge from one point to another. That is 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another. Students, this is the map of electric potential. This map is for your reference, where you can get the definition, formula, quantity, and the entire detail of electric potential in one single diagram. So you can see here, electric potential for positively charged body is positive, and electric potential for negatively charged body is negative. And electric potential SI unit has signified as joules per coulomb, measured by an instrument called voltmeter. Then the definition is electric potential at a point is equal to electric potential energy of any charged particle at that location divided by charge of a particle, which is signified mathematically as V is equal to W by Q. You already know what is electric potential. Now I am diving into the main topic, that is electric potential difference, which I will be giving again by taking example of two boys. One is B1 and another one is B2. So consider two boys. One boy in a point infinity, let us call him a blue boy, okay, blue boy B1, and another in point A, okay, I will tell you in point A, let us call him B2, a red boy, okay. So B1 is a blue boy and B2 is a red boy. B1 brings the charge from point infinity to point A. So B1 has to bring the charge from infinity to point A position. He brought a charge from infinity to point A position. Now the electric potential at this position, the electric potential at this point A position will be VA. I have already told you electric potential is a potential or a potential energy of a charge at that particular position. So when boy B1 brings a charge from B1 to from infinity to point A, then at point A the potential, electric potential is VA. So next what happens? The boy B2, he is already in the point A position. The boy B2 kicks the charge back to infinity. You can see here the boy B1, he has to run all the way to infinity to bring back that charge from infinity to point A again. Okay, since B2 kicked the ball, that is kicking the charge from point A to infinity position, the boy B1 has to move all the way to infinity to bring back that point charge again. Now you should be aware of the fact that while B1 brings charge from infinity to A for the first time when he brings the charge from infinity to point A, he spent a lot of energy. And again he went back to infinity when this B2 boy kicked the ball. Okay, the energy is spent twice. Just like when a stored battery is used, it keeps on discharging. By moving from one point to another randomly, the energy will be decreased. Meanwhile, now the charge is in another point B. He kicks the charge, then the charge will move to another particular position, because as the energy is used up, it will not reach to the exact point A. As infinity is the reference point, that will be point A and point B. In point A, the potential will be VA. In point B, the potential will be VB. So what will be the electric potential difference here? For VA, it will be WA by Q. For VB, it will be WB by Q. Here the potential difference is V is equal to VA minus VB. This is the formula for potential difference. Therefore, electric potential difference. What do you mean by electric potential difference? Voltage, electric potential difference, electric pressure or electric tension is the difference in electric potential between 2 points, which in a static electric field. It is defined as the work needed per unit charge to move a test charge between 2 points, and the SI unit is volt. These potential differences between 2 points can be caused by, so which will cause this electric potential in a circuit? Which will cause this electric potential difference in a circuit? It is caused by electric charge by an electric current and a magnetic field. Okay. So potential difference is the difference in electric pressure between two parts of the circuit, and it is called as potential difference. I will explain again by using the water analogy, so you will get a clarity on the subject. You see all the 4 diagrams, figure 1, figure 2, figure 3 and figure 4. Okay. Imagine you have 2 beakers. First you see figure 1. Imagine you have 2 beakers filled with equal amount of water as in figure 1. Okay. Equal amount of water, and both the beakers are connected together with the help of a pipe. Next, will the water will flow from one beaker to another beaker? You now concentrate on figure 2. Will the water flow from one beaker to another? No. You will see the water in both the beakers are as it is in figure 2. So let me give you a task. Without changing the amount of water in both the beakers, can you make the water flow from beaker 2 to beaker 1? So without adding or without subtracting, that is without removing. Understand the question carefully. You need to make water to flow from one beaker to another and cannot add or remove the water from any of the beaker. The solution is, you can see in figure 3, here you can raise one of the beaker for the flow of water from one beaker to another beaker. What you actually did here, when you raise the height of beaker 2, a pressure will be there in beaker 2. There will be a cause of pressure, and because of that pressure, because of the difference, the water will flow from beaker 2 to beaker 1. In the similar way, for an electricity to flow, there must be some factor, right? In similar way, imagine if you have a copper wire. I will give you a copper wire with you. Do you think electricity will flow through it in a bare copper wire? Clearly not, because nothing is there to trigger the flow. There should be some difference, there should be some triggering for the flow of anything. So what is the factor that is triggering the flow of electricity? The factor is nothing but potential difference. The potential difference is the main reason for the electricity to flow inside a circuit. Now we can define this in term as it is. Have you ever heard of a term called potential anyway? Potential? Yes. It's from potential energy. Potential energy means stored up energy. When you place a ball in your hand, so you can see a ball is placed on a hand. When you place something in a particular position, if you are keeping something in a particular position, every object have a stored potential energy. Every object have a stored energy, and that stored energy is said to be potential energy. And when you drop it, so when you drop it, it will convert into kinetic energy. So what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy obtained by an object when it is in motion. Similarly, there is a concept of electrical potential energy. This electric potential energy signifies that how much potential energy a charge has at a particular position when it is not in a movement. Just like the ball in our hand has high potential energy. A negative charge close to negative charge has high potential energy. And if it is left free, what will happen? So just like the ball in our hand, a negative, you can see a row of negative charges and a row of positive charges here. A negative charge close to another negative charge has high potential energy. If left free, the charge will be repelled by a negative charge and will move towards the positive charge. Since we know that like charges repel and unlike charges attract each other. Just like the ball will fall towards the earth. Okay. So when the negative charge is nearer to another negative charge, the like charges repel and the like charges will attract towards the opposite charge. So the negative charge will repel towards the positive charge. So what is this potential difference then? It is the difference between electric pressure between the 2 points, and this difference is arising because of the battery consisting of numerous cells. Potential difference is also referred as voltage. So what you call as voltage is also potential difference. The potential difference is termed as voltage. Okay. If we need to know a technical definition, potential difference between 2 points is given as work done by charge. Since there is a difference between these 2 points, since I have already explained you by taking the example of 2 boys, there is a difference in the potential difference. It is mentioned in VA minus VB. So V is equal to VA minus VB. Therefore, it is equal to WA by Q minus WB by Q. The charge will be very much same. The charge is not altering. The charge is same. The electric potential is same, but there is a difference. So WA minus WB by Q. So which is said to be joules per coulomb, and this joules per coulomb is equal to volt. So 1 volt is defined as 1 joule of work is done to move 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point. And for every electrical component, for every electrical medium, there should be something for its measurement. For voltage, for power, for current, for everything, there should be some measuring devices, right? So potential difference is measured by an instrument called voltmeter, which is always connected in parallel with the circuit. I will explain you why. So the instrument which is used to measure potential differences, I have already told you which is the instrument which is used to measure potential difference. Is it ammeter, rheostat, voltmeter, and voltammeter. Voltammeter comes in chemistry. So the device is voltmeter. Never ever forget this. The instrument which is used to measure potential difference is voltmeter, and the instrument which is used to measure electric current is ammeter. So what is this voltmeter? Here you can see a diagram which is an olden day voltmeter. Okay. The instrument which measures the voltage or potential difference in volts is known as voltmeter. It works on the principle that the torque is generated, that is the pressure. The torque is generated by the current which induces because of the measured voltage. And this torque deflects the pointer. You can see a pointer there. Deflects the pointer of the instrument. The deflection of the pointer is directly proportional to the potential difference between the points. And the voltmeter is always connected in parallel with the circuit. And this last question is very important thing. They will ask you in a board exam that why voltmeter is always connected in parallel with the circuit. So this is a closed circuit where you can see a battery, the current flowing through the battery, a load, that is an output source, and resistance, and there a voltmeter is connected parallel with the resistance. The voltmeter constructs in such a manner that their internal resistance always remains high. In a voltmeter, its internal resistance means it will obstruct the current. It will not allow current to pass through it. So in a voltmeter, the internal resistance remains high. So if it connects in series, if the voltmeter is connected in series with the circuit, it minimizes the current. Why it minimizes the current? Because the internal resistance of voltmeter is very high. If resistance is high, the current must be low. So if it is connected in series with the circuit, it minimizes the current flowing through it, and because it is measured voltage, thus disturbing the reading of the voltmeter. So the whole circuit will disturbs. Okay. So any measuring device which is connected either in parallel or series, it should not alter the whole circuit. It should be same. The only duty of the measuring instrument is to measure it. That's it. It has to measure and give the value. It should not alter the other function of the circuit. So voltmeter is always connected in parallel with the circuit, because if it is connected in series, it minimizes the current. Then we should know what are the types of voltmeters have. One is digital voltmeter and the one is analog voltmeter. The voltmeter which displays the reading in numeric form is known as digital voltmeter, and which measures in AC voltage. It displays the reading through a pointer. You can see a calibrated pointer there in a calibrated scale. Okay, there will be deflection takes place because of the pointer. This is called as analog voltmeter. Usually digital voltmeter will show the exact values, the accurate magnitude of that. Next is important symbols of the circuit diagram. You need to know while you are writing a circuit what are the components and what are the symbols for that. You can't write electric cell in a circuit. You have to write a particular symbol for that. The first one, electric cell. The electric cell is signified by a positive and a negative sign. And next is a battery. Battery means it's a combination of cells. You have to use a number of cells to construct a battery. Next is plug key. If it is switch open, then it is considered like that. Next, fourth one is switch closed. If you put a dot there, then it will be switch closed. Next, fifth one is a wire joint. You have to mention it by a joint symbol. Next, the wire is crossing without joint. You can see the two wires are not joining to each other. Next, electric bulb. Either of the two you can write. Next, eighth one is a resistor. Next is variable resistor. So what is the difference between resistor and variable resistor? A resistor have a definite value like 2 ohms, 0.2 ohms, 3 ohms, like that. It will be having a specific value. But in variable resistance, just the name signifies it is variable. It is also called as a rheostat, where you can change the value of the resistance. If in any circuit, if you want to raise the current or you need to reduce the current, you have to use the resistance. If you raise the resistance, the current flow will be minimized. If you reduce the resistance, the current flow will be more. So variable resistance or rheostat is used. And the symbol as shown in the figure here. Next is ammeter, A, voltmeter signified by capital V, and galvanometer signified by capital G. Next, we have to recapitulate all the variables or all the definitions which we have covered here. First is electric potential. Electric potential is the capability of a charge to move unit positive charge from one point to another. Then what is electric potential difference? It is the work done to bring a unit positive charge from one point to another point. And the SI unit of potential difference is voltage V, volts, and measured by voltmeter. So why is this potential difference important? This is one of the important questions. Why potential difference is important in a circuit? Electric current will flow through a conductor only if there is a difference in electric potential between the two ends of a conductor. The potential difference, then how exactly the potential difference is created in a circuit? The potential difference in a circuit is provided by a cell or a battery. When you connect a cell or a battery, because of the chemical reaction inside the cell, that potential difference will be created or generated in a circuit. The chemical reaction in cell produces a potential difference between two terminals and sets the electron in motion. So this is what happens. The electrons will be set into motion by using a battery and hence producing electric current. Now, what is your greatest potential? You have heard your teachers and your parents will might ask you, what is your greatest potential? So what is greatest potential? What is your greatest strength? You just tell me in the comment section. Next, I have included some funny facts for you. So everything is in a bookish language. So I want you to think in a funny manner. An average person walks the equivalent of 5 times around the earth in his entire lifetime. 5 times around the earth in his entire lifetime. The second is the number of stars in the universe is more than the words ever uttered by all the humans ever lived. Your ancestors, ourselves, future generation, everyone. The total number of words will be fall short if you count the number of stars in the universe. Next, we did not come into existence from outside the world. We are not coming from outside the world because we are not aliens. We grew out of it. We grew in the earth. Seen this way, science can help us to feel connected to the world. We are always connected to the world. We are always connected to our Mother Earth. As Elizabeth Johnson once wrote, out of Big Bang, the stars came, out of stardust, the earth came, out of earth, single cell living creatures came, and out of evolutionary life and death of these creatures, human beings with consciousness and freedom came. Last but not the least, it's question time. I want to drill your mind. Please write down the answer in the comment section below. First is what makes 3D films 3D? Okay, next, find out why your high-speed internet is worse than your own friends. Next, how the fingerprint recognition system works. Next is understand what is really driving your brand new driverless car. If it is driverless, then what is driving it? How the diet works in ice cream and beer, of course. Then last, what happens in nuclear meltdown? What do you mean by nuclear meltdown? And time travel. It's a fascinating thing which I really like the most. What is time travel? Thank you, students. If you have any queries, doubts, anything, please comment below in the comment section. I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you.